evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gianna McGinty from Eyewitness News 1, the first news station in the U.S. Today is March 1st, 1781. There are late developments today, as the 13 states have ratified the Articles of Confederation. This written document established the function of our national government of the United States, since we have declared our independence from Great Britain. Following the Declaration of Independence, the members of the Continental Congress realized it would be necessary to set up a national government. Congress began to discover the form of this government would take on July 22nd. Disagreeing on a number of issues, including whether representation and voting would be proportional or state by state. The representatives of the 13 states agrees to a confederacy called the United States of America, in which each state maintains its own sovereignty and all rights to govern, except those rights specialty granted to Congress. As these 13 states enter into film League of Friendship for the purpose of defending each other. There are standards that the state should follow to help maintain good relationships. Each state must recognize the legal proceedings and official records of every other state, and that the citizens of one state have the right of citizenship in any state. Additionally, a state must help return runaway crimes to the state in which the crime was committed. And now one of our reporters in the field, Gianna McGinty, is with one of the citizens in the state of Ohio, which is in the Northwest Territory.
Thank you, Gianna. This is John McGinty. I'm reporting live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm here with a local resident. Going to ask her a few questions. What's your name?
My name is Maria Gonzalez.
Maria Gonzalez. And Maria, where are you from?
I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, very nice. We established that. Okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Let's see if you can answer these. You ready?
What's that?
It's a microphone. What, are you still in the 1760s? All right, first question. You ready?
Yes.
What are rights that cannot be taken away?
Unalienable rights, I think.
Very good, very good. Number 2, trying to find joy and contentment. What's that called?
Pursuit of happiness?
Nice, nice. Very good, very good. Number 3, rights people are born with.
That'll be natural rights.
Very good, very good. And number 4, permission of those under the government rule is called what?
Consent ungoverned.
Very good, very good. Number 5, powers that are fair. What's that called?
Well, those are just powers.
You are correct. And my last question can be seen by just looking at it.
Well, that's self-evident, because me and you, we're self-evident.
Very good. It's evident you know what you're talking about.
Right? Thank you, John, for the amazing news report. Wasn't he great? And more on the Articles of Confederation. Each state gets one vote in the Congress and can send between 2 and 7 people to participate in the Congress. Also, the new central government is responsible for working with the countries, including trading agreements and declaring war. States were required to have trained soldiers who could be ready to fight, and states could choose their own military leaders. Also, each state government has to raise money to give to the new central government. Only the new central government has the power to declare war and make peace with foreign countries. The central government was responsible for assigning ambassadors to represent the United States in other countries. The Articles of Confederation also created a group called the Committee of States, who could act for the Congress of Confederation when the Congress was not working. In addition, Canada could join the new nation if it wanted to. Finally, Articles of Confederation were forever and could only be changed by the Congress of Confederation, and if all the states agreed.
Other weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation. Congress had no power to coin money. Therefore, each state developed its own currency. Congress was also unable to regulate interstate and foreign commerce. Some states refused to pay for goods they purchased from abroad. Also, Congress was unable to impose taxes. It could only borrow money on credit. There was no national court system to establish and protect the rights of the U.S. citizens. No executive branch was established to enforce laws. Amendments could only be added with approval of all 13 states. Approval of 9 of 13 states was required to pass a law in Congress. And one vote was allotted for each state, despite the size of its population. It was just a firm league of friendship.
Are you ready for our top 7 at 7? Here's tonight's top 7 list. The top 7 weaknesses of Articles of Confederation. Number 7, 9/3 majority required. Number 6, amendments required the consent of all states. Number 5, no national court system. Number 4, no executive power. Number 3, Congress powerless to regulate commerce. Number 2, Congress powerless to levy taxes or duties. And our number 1 weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation is only 1 vote for each state. Let's fast forward 16 years or so as we bring you a special piece on Daniel Shays and the Shays Rebellion. Under the Articles of Confederation, Congress has extremely limited powers. Daniel Shays was a part of changing the landscape of the United States in the Articles of Confederation. He was rebelling against taxes imposed by the state government of Massachusetts. He was in debt to the government, and as a farmer, he had no way of paying these taxes. Shays discovered that many other veterans and farmers were in the same situation. They banded together to petition the Massachusetts state legislature for debt relief. The legislature did not understand the plight of rural communities. All proposals for debt relief were rejected.
On January 25th, 1787, Daniel Shays led a group of nearly 1,200 protesters on a march to the Federal Armory in Springfield. General George Washington came out of retirement to promote a strong national government that would be capable of dealing effectively with popular discontent.
Shays' rebellion led Washington and other nationalists, including Alexander Hamilton and James Madison, to proclaim the Articles of Confederation inadequate and urge support for the Constitution, produced by the Constitutional Convention in 1787.
All the farmers were angry because the states were taxing the people and the citizens couldn't pay the tax because they hadn't been compensated for their services. But what difference does it make that a central government taxes the people instead of the state government? The people are still in debt, which is the reason why Shays' Rebellion started in the first place. So how can a central government fix this problem?
Shays' Rebellion was a failure, and a long string of failures, under the United States' first government, the Articles of Confederation.
It could be described as the straw that which broke the camel's back and convinced many Federalist nationalist leaders like Alexander Hamilton,
George Washington, and James Madison that the Articles of Confederation could no longer be saved if the United States was to survive. The Articles of Confederation was the first central government of the United States, as it was ratified by the 13 original states in 1781. It had many great qualities that stand true today. It also had many problems that our country had to face in order to create government that was fair and equal for all of its citizens. And as we move forward, we shall stand by the most important part of the creation of our nation, which is found in the Declaration of Independence.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.